Hello everyone and welcome back to WesterosCraft Walks. I'm your host Kobe.
And I'm Lucia.
And today we're starting at Cargill and you have decided to go to Byrch. So we are gonna follow the King's Road over here. A little outpost. So we're starting at Cargill. Going over here is actually Pile, which is another project which hasn't finished. But we have to go through it if we wanna go through Byrch. So we're actually going east of the King's Road. We're not on the King's Road anymore. Yeah, I think that this project is actually abandoned. I think it's been like that for a while. So maybe one day we will have a look at it. But here is the border to Byrch. It's this little stream over here. We're also close to King's Landing because over here we can see some of the outer defenses of, I think this is the Old Gate outer defenses. Got a few around King's Landing, these like first line of defense along the roads. But yeah, this isn't part of the Birch Lands, it's just to show that it's close to King's Landing. Now we will actually go to the Birch Lands, which is at this bridge over here. Have you checked out anything from Byrch? Have you seen the castle?
No.
It's pretty nice.
Okay.
But we'll see that in a moment. But here we got a little village. I was reading on the WesterosCraft wiki. This is one of the larger villages in the houses around King's Landing. Yeah, we've been doing like mostly houses around King's Landing for the last few episodes.
Well, I mean, to be honest, the houses around King's Landing aren't really that big.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
yeah.
So it's not really.
You saw the birch tree?
Yes, there's indeed a birch tree in Byrch.
Yeah, but the house name is Byrch with a Y, so it's not exactly. So yeah, I was thinking like, why is there a ladder? But it just seems a roof. Yeah. Oh yeah, what were you saying?
There's not really many big houses.
Yeah, there's more smaller ones. But actually, not next episode, but the one after that, there are some options for a little bit bigger, some bigger castles around the Crown Lands. But you'll have to wait for that for next week. Well, I guess I'll mention it in the end of this episode. But yeah, you got a lot of fields here as well. Gotta feed those people. Oh, that's actually the old keep, which we'll come back to.
I like all the windmills around here. It's very scenic.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, but what was it? Did I finish my talk about the village? The village, not canon, just in our WesterosCraft server. It's I think one of the larger villages in the area around King's Landing. Okay.
Grandpa got Alzheimer's.
Yeah. So yeah, we're looking in some houses. Let's have a look at some canon. There are a few, well, I think 2 or 3 Lord Byrches. The first Lord Byrch, well, not the first, but like the first Lord Byrch that we know of, was one of the lords that came to King Maegor's help as well when he was like getting some troubles at the end of his reign. We talked more about that in the Hayford episode. So yeah, Hayford was one of the houses that came to the King Maegor support, and Byrch was as well. So here is a look at that windmill that Lucia liked. You'll see more windmills later as well. What do you think of the town, Lucia?
It's cute. I think it's a little odd that they have I talked about this in another episode, how they have profession signs in a town this small. Because, I mean, most of the time, you'd see they'd have like a stall connected to the house, and there they'd sell their items, or they'd have some type of like, they wouldn't tend to have a profession sign basically in a town that's not
big,
a city. It's not as common, apart from inns, that's only exception.
Yeah,
but there was one for a furrier, and it's like they don't tend to have them because it's like there's only.
If you're in the village, you tend to know who everyone is.
Yeah, like they'll be outside, like, who wants to buy this cute jumper? I don't know. People don't tend to buy jumpers made out of fur.
But yeah, so we're actually in the keep at the moment. It's a Norman style keep, as you might have seen from the outside. So it's quite compact. You have the kitchens here.
Lots of paintings though, which is for a keep that's of this size is quite interesting.
Maybe they invested, instead of like big castle, they invested in paintings. But yeah, here you have the cellar, which has some nice vaulted ceilings, I think.
But that reminds me of if you ever go to Hampton Court Palace, in the main feast room, the dining room, there's some tapestries on the wall, and they were really expensive. They were so expensive that Henry VIII would actually, when he went to a different castle, he would take them off the wall and take them with him. So they didn't permanently stay on the walls there. He would take them around. I think they. I don't remember what they show. Something biblical, probably.
Yeah. But now they're in Hampton Court if you want to visit. But here you have the guardrobe. So, yeah, we've kind of seen a few rooms in the castle. We saw the audience chamber when we walked in.
We got tons of painting.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, they can have paintings if they want.
I feel like the interiors are really fancy.
Yeah, they probably invested more into the interiors. But yeah, here is the Lord's room.
A lot of carpet.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here you can also see the house colors. I'll show the coat of arms on screen right now. It's quite complicated, so I won't try to describe it. Yeah, we're kind of going up. Interesting as well that, well, it doesn't have to be at the top, but interesting, most Lord's bedrooms are near the top. This one is more near the middle of this building. Here we have
Maybe he's lazy. No.
We have the winch system to get the drawbridge. And yeah, here as we... Oh yeah, this is the Maester's chamber. But as we have a look around this floor, I'll have a look at some more cannon. So we had another member of the house that is known from the books. It was during before the Dance of the Dragons and during the Dance of the Dragons. It was Sir Balon Byrch, which was not a lord but a knight of House Byrch. And he became the commander of the Old Gate, I believe it is. Yeah, he became the commander of the Old Gate in King's Landing. I guess that's why we placed the house near the Old Gate as well. And after the actual commander of the what's his name? Lord Commander of the City Watch? Is that the title? Let's have a look.
I think so, but also I think more likely because he's not the first. They didn't place the house there because of the Old Gate. They most likely were like, this is the closest one to
No,
you.
yeah, that's what I mean.
We want to minimize your commute.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Where is it? Well. Anyway, he was the leader of the City Watch during of the whole City Watch during the Dance of the Dragons. But here as well, we're at the top. Have a nice view around. There's Old Keep again. The thing, I like the design of this. I like the design, but the thing it's missing is matriculations. Where are the matriculations?
Well,
it's
where
so
are they
high.
on everything?
Yeah, we don't really tend to do them, but it's so high, and especially if it's high. I thought, oh, did they put matriculations? No, it's just a drain for the water. But yeah, especially for castles that are this high, you have no sights for meters below you at the base of the castle. So yeah, that's why you need matriculations. Yeah, but as you said, not. I don't think I've seen. I think I've seen them on the server before, but very rarely. Yeah, if you want to learn more, a little plug here. If you want to learn more about parts of a castle wall like matriculations, check out my video that I did on my personal channel, which I talk all about the features of castle walls and defenses.
Wow.
Yeah, there will be a link at the end if you want to check that out after this video. Yeah.
But one thing I like as well about the interiors here, as Kobe was saying, it does seem like they did invest a lot in them. So I like the carved wood and especially the stained wood inside, which you do see occasionally, but not really in houses of this size. So It's nice to know they invested in their interiors. Probably because the exterior would take a bit of damage. Because there's no articulations! Gonna get attacked, eh?
Yeah. So yeah, we're going through the town. It's getting dark, but I want to go to the old keep before it gets dark. So we are gonna go this way. We saw it from the tower there, the old keep. It's in a birch grove, which is quite suiting. So yeah, this old keep, it was built in a birch grove. It's not canon, but like on the server, since the house is named Byrch, it's fitting.
We do what we want.
Yeah, it's fitting to be in a birch grove. So this is the old castle, and the new castle, again not canon, but things we invented for the server build. The new castle was built after Robert's Rebellion, and this was the old castle that was used before that. So yeah, that's not book canon, that's server WesterosCraft lore. But yeah, we have a nice forest here, the birch grove. Hidden away is the old keep.
So what happens with it now? Does no one use it?
No one's using it. But yeah, I do like this old keep because it's ruined, and I think they did a very good job, like on the interiors, like ruining it.
Oh yeah, it looks nice.
Because this is what you'd see nowadays in real life. You'd see all the wooden structures would be gone, but those supporting stone structures are still visible. So I think this is a really well done ruined keep. I'm trying to climb up now, but having a little bit of trouble. I make it up anyway, eventually.
Okay.
You have anything to say yet, Lucia?
Trees and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I don't know, it's not really.
Yeah, I tried to get on the top, but
Why not just fly?
Lucia, I can't fly.
You started the episode by flying.
It's not WesteroScraft walks if I fly the whole time. But yeah, we will have a little sleep here in the ruins.
I'm surprised there's no little bird's nest or something.
Maybe
a
at
little
the
thatch.
Maybe at
slab.
Maybe at the top.
Because that's one thing that would happen is all the birds would move in, and that's how they help all the vegetation grow. Is that where they eat? How regular plants grow. The birds eat the seeds. The birds do
his business.
I was gonna say do the deed, but that's not that's not how they make plants. That's how they make more birds. And then from that, the seeds and the droppings plant and grow. The
plants. I didn't notice
this,
but yeah, there's a little puddle. I didn't notice it before.
Well, I mean, depending on, but again, where it's not, that we don't have any information on it, over time, if there's dripping on one particular spot, there'd be corrosion. So it'd be
erosion.
Corrosion.
Yeah. Corrosion if it's raining
rain!
Yeah.
Acid rain, man! The sky is dripping acid! So there'd be erosion on one particular spot, so it would have been cool, but if they did like a slab there instead to show the erosion, but again, where you don't have information on how long the castle's been abandoned for, things like that.
Well, it's been abandoned since Robert's Rebellion, so like 20-ish years.
Oh,
I guess.
I guess that would be if it's constant, that might be enough to do erosion. But
Depends
this area
on the
isn't
stones,
really known for being super rainy. It's like nice.
It's
weather.
regular weather.
The regular.
But yeah, so we're actually walking.
What?
Yeah, walking.
We're walking
in the fields. We're kind of going north, kind of seeing the more rural side of the project. So we'll still see a lot of fields. So on one side, the side we started, it's bordered by a river, a little stream. The other side is bordered by that forest you see behind the fields over there. And there is a road as well that borders it from the neighboring land, which we will see in next episode. Yeah, have a nice surrounding, like panoramic view of the whole area. So yeah, it kind of stretches, their lands kind of stretch from south to north, like kind of elongated. The south is where most things are, and the north is where we are now. Fields and
trees
stuff.
and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes it's nice when you're flying over some ridge and you just see all the colourful fields, especially when they have all the different crops. Where they have
Flowers.
like somewhere they put flowers
Mustard.
down. Yeah.
So over here we are actually coming to the quarry. So this is where they get their stone from. Because as you might have noticed, there around the King's Landing there are quite a few houses that are built out of the King's Landing style red brick. But yeah, here they have a quarry showing that the reason this castle isn't built out of that brick is because they got stone right here. So
And they want to stand out from the crowd.
yeah, you can kind of see where they got the stone from to build the keeps. We are actually kind of heading towards the border now. There's a little watchtower. You get to see more windmills, Lucia.
More windmills.
And along on the other side of this ridge to the left over here, where those windmills are, over the ridge where the windmills are,
Windmill City.
that's where Castle Stokeworth is.
Wow!
We won't see it in next episode, but in next episode you will get a poll to vote for it for the episode after.
Decisions!
Yeah, so this is where we come to the last bit of persons that are known from this house. It is, what's his name? Ballman? Yeah, it's Ballman Byrch. And he's married to Phyllis? Is it Phyllis?
Phyllis.
Phyllis Stokeworth.
What?
Yeah, Ballman Byrch is married to Phyllis Stokeworth. And some more things happen with him in Feast for Crows, but I won't go into that. So here you see that road that borders the lands. And that's where we're actually going next, where it's not loaded. So you'll see that in the next episode.
But I love how you say stuff happens with them. Or really, you could say anything. Jaime Lannister, stuff happens with him.
Yeah.
He eats porridge. Wow.
Yeah, so we've come to the end of this episode. There's no poll for next time because we're away on vacation. We're going to Belgium.
To see more windmills live in action.
Yeah. So next time we will be taking a look at House Edgerton. And after that you'll be able to decide again. On screen right now you can find a link to that video I mentioned about the castle features that I did on my personal channel, as well as a link to the WesterosCraft Walks playlist. Thanks for watching.
Bye guys.